Baldwin County man is accused of killing his parents. Take a look at your screen. This is Trey Brown. Baldwin County deputies say he shot his parents this afternoon in a Spanish Fort neighborhood.
The Baldwin County Sheriff's Office got reports about a shooting on McFarland Road in the Churchill neighborhood around 1:30 Saturday afternoon. Once there, deputies found two people dead inside a white trailer home. Deputies say Trey Brown went to his parents' house and confronted them about an ongoing family argument. During that argument, deputies say Brown shot his mother and father to death. The sheriff's office reports after the shooting, Trey left the house and told people he killed his parents.
Yo, YouTube, what's going on? Trey back again. Did y'all another video. Hope y'all are having a very great day. Hope y'all are having a very great week also. My day is going absolutely awesome. Big shout out to all the channel members, all subscribers of the Trey King Show family. And much love to each and every last one of you all. And you all, we have a story out of Alabama by way of Baldwin County. And big shout out to everybody in the great state of Alabama and everyone in Baldwin County. And now, before I start this story, I want to send my condolences out to the family of Clement Brown and also Sarita Brown, because it's very sad what happened to these two individuals. Yes, and their son killed them. Yes, 25-year-old Trey Brown killed his parents inside the home on Saturday. Very sad situation. Now, I want to ask you all this also before I start this story. As you all hear more about the story, just don't answer it yet until you get the details. Do you think that this murder was done because the person was mentally ill, or do you think the person was in their right mind? Me, I'm going to give you my answer right now. After reading over the evidence and everything, what was being told to me, and also what's being shared to me about certain people that know Trey Brown, I think that this was done deliberately. That's just my opinion right there. You're entitled to your opinion, just like I'm entitled to mine. Now, the story goes allegedly that Trey Brown was outside in the front yard around 1:30 p.m. Saturday. And then you have another story stating that Trey Brown came home from work and his parents got into an argument or whatnot, and that's when he killed his parents. And also that story that added to that second part says they had an ongoing feud been going on a long time. And you might be thinking, well, why would a 25-year-old young man be arguing with his parents and whatnot? I mean, if you're able to go to work and you're 25 years old, you're full grown, you're able to do what? You're able to be on your own. And I don't understand about certain people. Look, when you get too old, well, your parents can't tell you nothing, and you over the age of 18, some states 17, but 18, I know, all across the board in the United States, you should be able to go be on your own or whatnot. But you have some of these kids, some of these young adults that is, they're not children, even though they have a mind like a child, most of them do. You have some of them would rather stay up under your roof and raise all this hell. Now, what's really shocking about this whole situation, not only the fact that this guy, Trey Brown, killed his parents in cold blood, yes, with an AR-15 rifle, and the police said it was close to 15 shots that was fired. And also that both his parents were hit multiple times. They didn't say how many times where they were shot at. They were just basically just gunned down from what the report says. A very sad situation. So my thing is this right here, because you have a family member that's kin to Trey Brown. I'm not going to say no names or whatnot. You have a family member who's supposed to be Trey Brown, who stated that Trey Brown was schizophrenic or whatnot, as if that's a good enough reason to murder anybody. Not saying that she said that just to try to justify what he done. But I noticed a lot of these stories I have been doing, just like I've been telling you all a lot lately, is that a lot of people try to use this word mentally ill or mental illness as if that's good enough cause or justification to kill somebody just because you're having things going on in your mind and whatnot. And true enough, some people are mentally ill, and true enough, some people are not mentally ill. That's why I asked you all in the beginning what you all would think about this story. But anyway, I will let you all be the judge of that after you all hear the details, because it's very sad and shocking what took place at this home. And all this could have been avoided very easily. But anyway, I'll break the rest down as I read a snippet from this story. I'm going to read a quick snippet from this story, and I'm going to give my opinion, all of it. Surely, as we go, 25-year-old Baldwin County man fatally shoots parents inside their home. And look, like I told you all, if you're 25 years old or over the age of 18 and you're staying with your parents, guess what? You can be on your own. You don't have to stay with your parents. I know I moved out my parents' house when I was 18 years old. Guess what? I wanted to do my own thing. When I got my own apartment, like I told you all, when I first started YouTube, my first job, my first real job, that is, when I was 18, was working at Burger King. Worked at Burger King like 9.5 months. Then when I got another job, because it took 2 jobs or whatnot, because minimum wage wasn't working on nothing back then. But anyway, so I mean, I wanted to be on my own. Guess what I had to do? I had to man up and be on my own. You have to pay the cost to be the boss. But this is what happens sometimes when you have your children trying to run your household, as you will see in a few seconds. Anyway, now authorities in Alabama are investigating a double murder after a fatal shooting that occurred at a Spanish Fort home, according to the police. The Baldwin County Sheriff's Office identified the victims from Saturday's double homicide as 52-year-old Clement Brown, 52 years old, and also 42-year-old Sarita Brown. living to be 52 and 42 years old just to be taken out by your own son. Now imagine this right here. That's the ultimate betrayal. You know what I'm saying? I mean, true enough, none of us want to die or whatnot. We're not going to live forever, true enough. But, you know, the last person that you would think would murder you, or the last person that you would want to murder you, nobody wants to be murdered. But guess what? The last person who should murder you should be your own damn child. That's just all I'm trying to say right there. And that's why I tell you all, some of your children ain't shit. You get what I'm saying? Whether you get mad about it or not, it's just the damn truth. And true enough, I don't have no child, but guess what? If my child has some kind of mental illness, or if my child had a reprobated mind, and for my people who read the Bible, you already know what reprobated mean. And for my people who don't know what that mean, somebody tell them in the comment section. You know, you have people sometimes you just can't tell a damn thing to. Now, the trick part is this right here. What makes these people trigger or whatnot? Because a crazy person is crazy when 365, 24 hours a day. I mean, you cannot sit up here and be crazy 1 minute and then be in your right mind the next minute. You get what I'm saying? Anyway, now investigators say their 25-year-old son, Trey Brown, used an AR-15 style rifle to shoot them multiple times at their mobile home they shared on McFarland Road in the Spanish Fort area. Investigators also say at least 15 shots were fired and the victims were each hit multiple times. Sound like he deliberately wanted to kill his parents, if you ask me. Now, what's really shocking about this whole situation is that his 4-year-old daughter was at his mom and dad home or whatnot. His daughter was inside the home. So the story goes like this. Basically, you know, that one story, like I told y'all earlier in the video, said that he had just came home from work earlier. And also, him and his parents had an ongoing argument, an ongoing feud. The auntie said that's not true or whatnot. But the auntie, who happened to be Trey Brown's aunt, said that he was in the front yard shooting a gun, and the mom came outside and told him to stop shooting the gun. And that's when the shooting took place, right after his mom told him to stop. So it seemed like to me, if Trey Brown was working, because, you know, from what the reports say he was working, if he's able to work, guess what? He's able to control his issues. Because guess what? He didn't take the gun to work and shoot nobody or whatnot. He did not kill his daughter or anything like that. He didn't go next door and kill a neighbor. So it had to be something going right in his mind or whatnot for him to not do that. You get what I'm saying? So why, when his mom came and told him to stop shooting the gun, he proceeded to argue with his mom and then go in there and gun both parents down, the mom and the dad? Think about that part right there. He was cool up until his mom gave him a verbal command to stop shooting, and that what triggered him. Anyway, let's continue. Now, Lieutenant Reed from the Baldwin County Police Department says Trey Brown came home from work Saturday and got into an argument with his parents. Reed would not say what the feud was about, but did say it had been ongoing for several days. And that's what the auntie said, it was not true or whatnot. So I'm kind of led to believe what the lieutenant had to say because, you know, if he's outside shooting a gun and the mom came and told him to stop, why was they arguing before then, allegedly? Sound like Trey was in there doing what the hell he wanted to do, and his mom and they were trying to, you know, tell him to stop. And going further into detail, this is what Lieutenant Reed had to say. He says this. He said, no, he wasn't upset. In fact, he actually called 911. He cooperated with the deputies when they first arrived. He put the gun down and, you know, basically gave up, came in and gave a statement. So, no, I would describe it as pragmatic, almost like he just made this decision to unfortunately murder his parents, says Lieutenant Reed, not Trey King. But this is what the auntie had to say right here, as if she trying to justify what really happened. And it says this right here. A woman who identified herself as a suspect aunt but did not provide her name says her nephew is schizophrenic. Now, let's pause right there. If he's schizophrenic, why in the hell was he outside with a gun? And who let a person schizophrenic be around a gun? And let me also ask you this, Miss Auntie, who diagnosed him as schizophrenic? Because one thing about a lot of people these days, especially, they try to diagnose themselves. You can't be self-diagnosed with mental illness or schizophrenia. It takes a doctor to diagnose you to be that. So who diagnosed him as schizophrenic? And also, he wasn't that damn schizophrenic to have a job. And also, he wasn't that schizophrenic to make a baby. Let's just be for real. So what I'm trying to say is this right here. If he's able to work and able to make a child, guess what? He's able to be on his own. And guess what? He wouldn't have to worry about his mama come telling him to put down a damn gun. Maybe the police would have came and told him. Anyway, let's continue. Now, Trey Brown's aunt says she was on the phone with her sister Sarita when the shooting happened. She disputes the investigators' account of the ongoing feud, basically saying there was no argument or anything like that. She says her nephew fired the rifle outside and her sister told him to stop. You damn right. But the point is, if he's schizophrenic, why in the hell did he have the damn rifle in his hand? And the rifle is the AR-15. You get what I'm saying? It just don't make no damn sense. Anyway, now Lieutenant Reed says Brown does have a mental health problem. Like I said, who diagnosed him? Was it the doctor or was it a family member? Or is it just something that you all just going along with what people are saying? Because it sounds like to me, he knew what he was doing. Anyway, but he said Brown was working on it and it was not an observable issue, as if he was able to control it. So if he's able to control his so-called mental health problem, his schizophrenic or whatnot, why did he decide to kill his mama after his mama? Well, why did he decide to kill his parents after the mom came and told him to put down a gun? It sounded like to me that what triggered him and made him upset. And that's why I told y'all, look, if you're that old enough to be working and you're able to be on your own and you're over the age of 18, and especially if you're 25 years old, guess what? Go be on your own and do what you want to do in your own place. The sad part of this right here is that you have people who try to use mental illness and schizophrenia as a get out of jail free card. But like I told you, what schizophrenic person or what crazy person able to hold down a job? What crazy person or schizophrenic person able to make a baby and don't hurt nobody else? But the main person they hurt is the one who came and told them to stop doing something. It sounded like to me this person knew exactly what he was doing. Anyway, you all let me know what you think about this story. Whether you think Trey Brown was mentally ill or was he in his right mind? Because it's sad what happened to, his parents and whatnot. Because it's like this, the last thing and the last people you should want to hurt in this world is your parents. You get what I'm saying? And if you don't like your parents' rules or what they're telling you, you need to be on your own, true enough. But anyway, y'all let me know what you think about the story. Whether you think Trey Brown was in his right mind or was he mentally ill? Because it sounded like to me he was in his right mind, but you make your own decisions. Anyway, if you like the story, push that like button. If you like the story, subscribe to the channel, become a channel member. Also, share the video with your family and friends. Till next time, you all stay blessed. Love your parents. And if you can't love them and you can't obey the rules, guess what? Get the hell out and get your own place. You don't have to worry about that. But as long as you live, guess what? You're always going to have somebody to tell you something. And you're always going to have consequences for your actions. Whether you're mentally ill or not, you have to be accountable for what you do in this world. But guess what? If we sit up here and just allow people who so-called mentally ill or mentally ill just to kill everybody, guess what? It won't be nobody left. Then what good is that? But anyway, you all let me know what you think about this. And guess what? I'm out.